G'day there, podcaster.
Is it true, Belle, you are coming to the table with a bit of a bonus bit?
It is true.
This is huge. Belle rarely has bonus bits.
Thank you.
Bonus bits are little things that don't make it onto the show for whatever reason. We just, didn't get around to it. We don't feel it's appropriate, whatever.
I keep my bits tight, So.
No pressure, Belle.
As you guys know, I bought a house on the weekend. Thank you.
Second house.
Well, my other one...
Oh, yeah. Always whinging about being on producer wages.
Hey.
So we know the real deal, don't we?
Well, my one in Adelaide is very cheap. And yes, that was solo purchase. This is my first ever dual purchase with Luke.
I would say solo purchase more impressive.
Yes. Well, you did yours at bloody 18 or whatever you were, so
Yes.
It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
So, very exciting. Bloody awesome. I can't stop looking at it on my phone, which is really exciting. But few things. So, we bought it on Saturday night, very late. We were going back and forth for ages on the phone, and finally it got through.
When you say on the phone, were you texting or were you calling?
No, the agent would call us,
Yep.
we'd give our counter offer,
Yep.
she'd call them, we'd
Yep.
go back and forth. It
Yep.
went for a while.
Yep.
So yesterday, we went to the house because I was like, I just want to go park outside and sit in front of it.
What's the address?
I'm not telling you. So we went there and I thought that the furniture in the house was so nicely presented that it was display furniture. And I thought, surely the people aren't living there. So we drove there and we parked out the front and basically got out of the car and just stood in front of the house
Oh,
for
you
ages.
weirdo.
Well, it turns out they do still live there.
Oh, no.
And the poor mum of the house came out and she was like, hi. And I said, oh, hey, sorry. And she was like, oh, because it still has a for sale sign in front of it. So I think she assumed that we were interested in the house.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm Belle, this is Luke. And she was like, oh, okay. And kind of was like, a bit weird. And then it clicked and she was like, oh. And I said, yeah, we just bought it last night from you. And she's like, oh, that's you. Okay. Right.
That's so
And then in my head, I was
weird.
like, oh, I'd love to be invited in for a tea or something and just sit.
Hang on, but you've been in it. Like,
Yeah,
you
I've
obviously
been
had
in it like
open
multiple
house.
times.
That sounds like real Liam energy.
Yeah,
Like,
but then-
get out of there. It's not
No,
your house yet.
But then she started talking. She was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, thanks for giving us the house, I
You're not
guess.
supposed to know the person you're buying the
Yeah,
house
it's supposed to be
from.
like a faceless transaction, isn't it?
Yeah, so...
Because either you got it for a good price and they're angry, or
Yeah.
vice versa. So that's what there shouldn't be good blood between the parties.
We did fight them down a lot. So it was a bit in the back of my head. I was like, oh no, is this awkward because she's like, F you guys, you
Yeah.
rorted us out of heaps of money.
That's Michael. That's our son. He's being homeschooled for the rest of the year. We can't afford that.
Well,
That's Bianca. She's eating dust in the corner of the room. We can't afford food
Bianca,
anymore.
save some dust for your brothers.
She did start saying like how sad she was to be moving out and like she didn't want to leave. And so I was like, oh, that's so sad. But
It is.
thanks so much. I'm really excited to take your house from you. So yeah, but it was a little bit awkward and then I thought, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done it.
Did they say why they were moving?
No, but they're not moving far. So it's very weird.
Maybe there was some skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, murder house. I met so we have a place in Adelaide, and I met the woman who used to own, like not from my part, but there was a knock at the door one day, and I was like, you normally expect it just to be like a delivery person or whatever, and I was like, oh, who is this lady? And she was like, hey, and like introduced herself, and then she said, oh, I've got this there was like one spare key for the house, and she was like, yeah, this used to be our place, and yada yada, and then she was nice, but then she was like sort of in the doorway, and she's like, yeah, no, we're never going to sell this place, yeah. And in my head, I was like, well, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm not giving it back.
It's
No,
weird
you should
because
invite her in and say, do you want to see what it looks like now?
No, she would feel like it's still her house in a weird way.
Yeah, I know, because she's got the key. I'm like, yeah, we got tons of. You don't just chuck that key out. Like,
Yeah.
you probably didn't need to come over here. But she's like, yeah, yep. Was never going to sell it. And I was like, you did. Like, you literally. It's my house now.
I had a message. This is a few weeks ago now, but on the Alpha Squad, Tom Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Reeves, very active member of the Alpha Squad.
Also- on radio.
I can't remember if I told you this or not, but Tom Reeves DM'd me and he said, dude, no way, oh my God. I was just looking at your renovation photos and that's my nana's old house.
Whoa.
So what in Melbourne?
In
in-
Unley in South Australia.
Yeah, right.
I renovated that house. I bought an old cottage.
Tom Reeves' Nana's house.
Tom Reeves' Nana's house that I
And
renovated.
you destroyed
Bloody
it.
hell.
You just knocked down her walls and you just
Didn't destroy
painted
it, he
over her
bettered it.
memories.
I didn't knock any walls
If anything,
down.
Tom Reeves' Nana needed to look after the place a little more, I'd say.
Aw. No,
Well,
he
shit,
did
yeah.
a great
What
job.
was your
he-
Nana doing with that garden, Tom? We all saw it. It was overgrown to buggery.
He was very lovely. He said,
What
"Oh my
about that
god."
kitchen?
He said it looks great. He enjoyed the
It does-
renovation.
it looks beautiful.
But imagine being Tom Reeves, right? You listen to a radio show or a podcast,
And you're
then
like,
the
you
dude
know.
on the radio show buys your Nana's house and renovates
That's
it, and
so
then you
weird.
see the photos online. That's so weird.
That is super weird.
That is odd.
You should invite Tom Reeves around to
Do
see
you know
us.
if you're sleeping in his nana's room?
Oh, I didn't ask.
Wasn't there a magazine found in your house? Or like there's like an old like horny book. Do you remember when you were
Oh,
cleaning
there
things
was
out?
a-
And there was
yeah,
like
no-
a lover. You know those like books where it's like, oh, and
It was
then
a 50
Diego
Shades. It was a
swept me off my
50
feet.
Shades of Grey style book, and I found it on top of one of the built-in robes we took out.
No way. In
so,
that house.
Yeah, maybe that was Tom Reeves'
Oh,
Nana's
sorry, Tom.
alone time.
Gee whiz.
Ugh.
Sorry you had to
Yeah.
hear that bit, Tom Reeves.
how he was
Producer
created.
Andy, you look like you want to.
Hey.
I know, Ben, I think, is waiting on me to
Well, okay.
interject.
So for context, before we started hit record, there's a fight about to start that I want to watch, and I said to Andy, "Hey, when the fight starts, can you just butt in and tell me that it started?"
Wrap it up. Yeah.
And I thought the fight was about to start. Is it not on yet?
Not quite. There's a lot of like drones. They're doing some drone patterns in the sky.
This is
Pretty
the
cool.
Jake
right.
Paul and the Tommy Fury thing. Isn't it annoying? Because they're like, the fight's at 6 a.m. And
Yeah.
it's now 9:15.
Why hasn't
But
it
actually
started
better
Because
yet?
of all the undercard
Yeah,
stuff,
there's other fights on.
How long does it go for?
depends.
It'll go for 12.
Well, if
3-minute rounds.
If
Unless-
Drake
sooner.
gets his big payout, then he'll be knocked out in the first round.
I also made a small bet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, gamble responsibly and please don't put
Did you
bets
use
What?
Ned's filter form, Ben?
I didn't.
on. Well,
Well, I did.
You did?
I trust them with all my betting.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Can you turn the sound on?
Yeah.
You
I
shouldn't
wonder
be
what
betting.
the
Belle,
copyright-
it's not
that's your
that.
child's future.
What?
Yeah, it's going to have a better future if his bet gets up.
No,
yeah,
Andy.
am I right?
Hell
If this
yeah.
$80 bet gets up, it's not that much.
We'll have-
Oh my god, that is a lot.
so we're getting a little bit of just
Yeah.
banter at the moment.
Oh, okay.
From Iron Mike.
Oh, that's cool. So Bruce Buffer's bringing him out.
No, Michael Buffer.
Is that his brother?
Belle looks so dirty.
Isn't
All right,
there three, isn't there
that-
three
her
buffers?
Is this what
Three
today's gonna
buffers.
be?
Her bonus bit.
Yeah, because and they've all got different.
No, all right. Well, let's wrap. I want to watch this. So let's wrap this up. Belle, congratulations on getting a house.
Good on you, Belle.
Thanks.
Weird, you went over there, and I'm gonna watch the fight.
Who do you have?
Who you got?
What?
Who you got?
Tommy or Jake?
I don't know. I thought it was that man that was in Australia before, the other Paul.
No, it's his brother.
God,
Not
Belle.
his half brother like Bruce and Michael Buffer.
What? Is Drake in the fight?
No, he just bet on the fight.
How is this confusing? It's very simple. Logan Paul is Jake Paul's brother. He was the one doing the energy drinks. This is a different guy. This is like the
Oh, so
more
they are
feral looking Paul.
related?
Yes, they're brothers. Their last
They're
name's
brothers.
both Paul.
Ah, are they related to Paul Rudd?
Oh, now you're just being silly.
Now you're being silly. All right, see ya. Bye.